Manx Radio's Countryside is brought to you by NFU Mutual.
Hello and welcome to the last in the current series of Countryside here on Manx Radio. I'm Simon Clark.
And I'm Kirree. Well, at the weekend, we popped along to a very, very hot Royal Manx Agricultural Show.
We speak to the prize winners on the day, the judges and presidents, and also I popped along to brunch, munch and lunch. Hear more about it on the programme. Well, Kirree, firstly, the show. It was hot and sweaty, but the animals were pretty well behaved, the livestock, on the Saturday.
They really were, and what a sight they were to behold. Absolutely stunning, especially in that main Supreme Championship there at 4 o'clock. And they behaved impeccably. The heat was on, but the farmers and the exhibitors had the sun shields up, the brollies out, the water dousing, and I think everyone was in their element.
They certainly did. They did a great job, Carol Kenyock and her team at the Royal Manx. A little bit of reorganisation and shuffling things around, and it was great to see that the horses were allowed into the main ring for their parade and all the prize givens for their sections.
We have some serious talent of horse riders on this island, and to see them getting their rosettes in front of that big crowd must have been really exhilarating to be sat up on there, and so proud of their horses.
Yeah, well, we've got plenty to squeeze into the programme today. So the judge, who we'll be talking to later, was picked by the President, Mark Quayle, and it turned out to be his brother, Adi Corlett. So we'll be hearing from them pair at the end of the programme. But firstly, the third reserve went to the Ayrshire cow from the Callow family in Andreas, and I spoke to the handler on the day, Toby Melling. You've been displaying today, pretty well behaved considering the nice warm weather.
Oh yeah, she's very, very well behaved today. Strong pulling me around, but she got through it.
Yeah. And how does it feel to be awarded one of the top honours at the Royal Manx Show?
Oh, it's just amazing. She actually got third reserve back in 2019 as a second carver. So when I took her then. So it's just great to get it back again.
And it's such a, I suppose when people look around, there's a lot of black and white cows around on the dairy herds, isn't there? But
yeah.
Your family have been synonymous with the Ayrshire's. Well, as long as I can remember, and that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
And there's something special about them.
They're not as big as Holsteins, but they are as beautiful as them. They're good creatures.
And what's special about them? The temperament, or just the different look about them?
They're very different to a Holstein. They're a lot smaller, and they don't produce the same amount of milk as them, but they produce a good amount of milk.
Is it creamy milk?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what about the milk that's coming from your ones?
It's just yes. It's all right.
What's that? Head to the creamery, or?
It goes to the creamery, and then my uncle and my auntie do the dairy shed yoghurt. So they take some of the milk and make it into yoghurt.
But it's not just you involved, I'd imagine. There's been a few helping, and
there's a whole team of us this year. We had nine cows here today. A whole team of handlers, and credit to them all. They did all well.
Is that unusual to have this many?
Yeah, we thought we'd put on a good show this year. Plenty of good cows there.
And is there a favourite for you? Is it the one that has won one of the prizes today that is your favourite?
Yeah, well, I actually have taken this particular cow for quite a few years now.
What's his name?
Billy Marcia. She's now a fifth carver. But I think next year might be her retirement.
Yeah, but it's not young, is it?
No.
But still a good cow, and it breeds well for breeding, doesn't it?
Yeah, breeds well.
Yeah.
Plenty of good daughters out there from her. Yeah.
Well done. That's an excellent performance, and it was great to see you in the ring picking up one of the main awards at the Royal Manx this year. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Toby Melling, the third reserve, telling us about the wonderful Ayrshire's that they've been showing for many, many years now.
40 years to be precise. I caught up there with Tori at the end, and what a display they had. They had 6 or 7 Holstein cows and heifers, and the whole load of young handlers they have too. So the future's very bright there at the Callow household.
Well, on the other end of the spectrum, a very young cow picked up the second reserve.
Indeed, Vicky Sloan Masson from Cricket Farm in Ronnig there, stewed with a beautiful Holstein. And I caught up with Vicky just as they were dashing out the gate.
Well, congratulations, Vicky. Our magnificent cow standing out there, gleaming in the sunshine. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. To get this far with a heifer is quite unusual, and she's got the style the mother had, the original Blue Sky Honeybee that we've run really lots with.
That is a very famous name. Even I know this, and I'm not into dairy.
Yeah, so this is her fourth daughter that we've got. 2 of other daughters and never been at the right point to show in their lactation, but 2 of them are already excellent as well, and I have high hopes for this one too.
Isn't it lovely that you can have a family of cows like that? You know, they mean the world to you. You can see you're so dedicated with your family there in Ronnig, and like you say, coming through the classes, there's stiff competition here on the island.
Yeah, definitely, and for a heifer in milk to win senior cows is quite unusual, but she's just got that show style as well as her conformation being really well put together, so yeah, really pleased with her.
And to see her head off out the gate now, she's off to be milked.
She is, yeah, she deserves that.
But that said, Vicky, to get a cow to look in her absolute perfect prime at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it takes an awful lot of management from yourself.
It does. We've had 3 in milks here today, and all 3 cows were milked at different times last night to gauge. Well, I've done a practice run and I know how many hours they need to have on, but you can't ever predict the stress of the show, whether they don't make milk, whether they're going to drink the water that's here or eat the feed that you bring, and it's all just a gamble really. You can do as much as you can at home, but if it comes to the show and something upsets them, they're not going to make the milk as they normally do. But she's done really well today. For a heifer as well, yeah, so really pleased. She's had so many cold baths. I haven't had none.
This is the thing, I saw you washing it down with a sponge, but that there is the attention to detail that you put in as a stock woman, the stock family at home, everybody is part of the team.
Yes, yeah, kids and also Luke who milks for us. So we can be here.
That's it. The show must go on at home as well, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Still all the work needs to be done.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Vicky. Well done.
There we go, some very nice words from Vicky Sloan Masson with a lovely Holstein cow that was standing second reserve.
Yeah, and so grateful, Neil, herself and the youngsters, the 2 kids that they've got, that are enthusiastic about it, and no matter where they're placed, they've still always got praise and great words to say about it all, haven't they?
They are so dedicated. Vicky, no stranger to that show ring, as a young lady coming up through the ranks with her father, Kenny. Absolute credit to them, those Holsteins. They're bringing in the best of genetics, and that cow, the generations of heifers that she has on the ground, and a very strong future for the Holsteins there at Cricket.
The first reserve then, or runner-up for the Royal Manx Show for 2022, was Lee Kane and the Kane family from Crosby, and they had their Limousin cow and calf.
Good effort again, well done.
Thank you, yeah, absolutely delighted, Simon. She had a real good day, cow and calf. She won the Limousin champion, and then she went on to win cow and calf all breed, and then won the Manx spread, which is always a big class to win before you get to the main ring. So yeah, she had a super day.
Yeah, the Manx spread means a lot to a lot of the showers, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, it does. And there was, it is the biggest class of the day, all breeds in it. So to win that was really pleasing, and to get to the last 4 in any show is really good. But I seen Danny's tup at the south, and I thought he would take some beating. He is a super animal, and I said to him then, I think he'll do the double, and it's proved right. So
it's rare, isn't
well
it?
done to them.
Yeah, but tell us a little bit about your one, the Limousin's. You stuck with them.
Yeah, no, we've had great success with them. Really pleased, and it's funny that Adi was judging today, because he actually, the cow we had today, Adi actually gave Supreme Champion to as a heifer about 3-4 years ago. So, no, longer than that, probably 5-6 years ago. So she's got a bit of history. She's actually won Supreme twice already. She won it as a calf at foot the very first year was shown, and then she won it as a heifer. So this is her second outing as a cow now. So she's proven she's real success for us.
But that must be even more satisfying, seeing it come from a little calf winning prizes to be second place really to, as you say, a fantastic tup for the Kirree family.
Yeah, and the more you bring them to the show, the easier they are to handle. She's been before, and she's a dream to show. She just walks well and it's really good. But it was really pleasing to see the cattle lines full here today. I thought it was a fantastic turnout of cattle. You know, well done to all the exhibitors. A lot of work gone in, and it's the fullest I've seen the cattle lines here for a long time.
All well behaved considering the heat and you know the amount of people that's around, because some of them won't have been around many crowds, will they?
No, and everyone have made an effort. Most people have got gazebos, and there's a few fans about to try and keep them cool. So yeah, it wasn't easy, but everyone seemed to manage well.
Yeah, so the success, all of you together on this one, is it?
Yeah, it's a big team effort, as always. Yeah, Sarah, Ellie, Tom, my dad, Willie Hamilton. Yeah, big team effort, everyone does their bit.
Yeah, well, congratulations, well done, Lee, to you and your team.
Thanks very much.
Lee Kane, always great for praise, and always got some good stock on show at the show as well, and taking up the runners-up spot there, or first reserve as it is, and spoke highly of the competition as well, Lee, as he does always. And it was great that I think they had ones that had been in before.
That's right,
Yeah.
they're very successful. I think that cow and calf has been under the eyes of AD in the past, and it was really lovely competition in the limousine section. It is well supported at both shows. It's a very popular beef breed, and Lee's cow and calf did stand out very nicely in that final lineup.
But then it came to the Supreme Champion, and well, it's not very often it happens. The winner of the Southern District Agricultural Show Supreme Champion, and crowned the Supreme Champion and taken away the Rose Bowl at the Royal Manx Agricultural Society Show for 2022, was the Kirree family from Ballaglonny.
Well, Supreme Champion at the Southern District Show, and now to crown her off, the Rose Bowl at the Royal Manx, Danny Kirree. How's that feel?
Oh, it feels very good actually. Yeah, the same animal. Yeah, yes, I am very pleased. Really, lost for words. Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a rare thing, isn't it? And it was great praise around the ring actually when people were saying to me they seen your ram at the Southern and thought, wow, that's going to be hard to beat at the Royal as well.
Well, yeah, he's a very good ram. Like when we bought him. He's he's a great ram when he was bought. He won the show in the sale he was in. The people he comes from quite a hard farm in Hereford. He's actually from the Watkins family. He's actually naturally conceived. He isn't an embryo transplant. He's a very easy fleshed animal. That's why we bought him, for like a positive fat. And I've been very pleased with him. The lambs are nice of him as well. He's been even for his size, he's very easy to lamb to.
With winning the Southern and this the Royal Manx here, is that something that people strive to come to you and say, wow, that's a good one, can I have some of it?
I would hope so, Simon.
But it makes a big difference.
Well, it does help, yeah.
Yeah.
It all helps, yeah. The people that bred this ram, they've also had male champion at the Royal Welsh this year with another Sheelan ram, a half brother of this fella, and another half brother. They had male champion Texel at Free Counties show at Malvern. So he's from a very good line, but yeah, and in his back breeding, his sire is from the Quick family down at Loose Bear in Devon. Like, so he's got a very good pedigree. Like, but he's. I'm just in awe of his achievements, really. Like,
when you go round and having a look at them at the sales or go to these farms, I mean, how long would it take to make a decision and go, wow, that's a cracker, or is there a lot more to it?
It's like this, Simon. Your eyes, your merchant, your pockets, your guide, and you've got about 30 seconds to make it. Well, you've got about 10 seconds to make your mind up before the hammer goes down, and you got to get on. So that's how it works. Like, yeah.
Well, Ailish, again, congratulations. You've had a double whammy of fame with the Southern and now this one. But we spoke to you live when we did it, and you were quite emotional about it. It means a lot, though.
It does, and I think we know what we put in each day, but it's nice for everyone else to see, actually, they've put the work in and there's their reward for it. And farming's a tough game, and we're lucky about the community that's around it, like such good people around, and days like this just make it all worth it, definitely.
but there was a lot of chat about it when it appeared at the Southern Show and won that. And like I was saying to your dad there, you walk around the ring and they were saying it's going to be hard to beat that. But there was some lovely selections in that final lineup as well, so it must be extra special.
Oh yeah, it was star-studded. Like the Canes Limmies were incredible. Vicky's dairy cows, incredible. It makes it even more special, to be honest. You never think, yes, it's going to be good, but you might not really get it, but you never think you're going to take that Rose Bowl home at the end of the day. You've just got to hope and pray, and it happens.
Well, you've got the joy of filling it now.
Yeah.
Congratulations anyway.
Thank you very much, and thank you for being around.
Ailish and Danny Kirree, father and daughter there, showing there along with Paula as well, who was busy cleaning everything up away when we got down to the pens, because the time we got to them the second time, everyone was heading off because it had been a long day for them all. But what a brilliant achievement, and I think a lot of people were in awe, particularly you as well, of that wonderful tup that they had on display that took away the both championships.
It is no mean feat. That was a huge success by the Kirree family. A great ram. He's Corus Dundee, as Ailish said there, and they'll be looking forward to the lambs off him in the coming year. And the Kirree family are no stranger of the show ring. They've had huge success in the UK over the decades, winning the Royal Highland, the Royal Welsh, and it's nice to see them back in the show ring again, winning.
You're listening to Countryside here on Manx Radio with Kirree Kermode and myself, Simon Clark.
Well, after the show ring had finished there at the end of the day, I caught up with the Supreme Judge to see how he felt. Adi Corlett.
Well, Adi Corlett, you had the hardest job, I do believe, of the whole of the show, the Supreme Judge. How did it feel?
As you say, it's not an easy job. Judging all the animals, different species against each other is a tough job. And it's made doubly difficult by the fact that you're judging the best of the best in every one. So, it's a tough job.
And your eventual winner today, a sheep. I don't believe you're a sheep farmer, though.
No, I'm not. And as I said that to Paula, but he is such a tremendous tup. Really, he was outstanding to anybody, sheep farmer or not, I would say.
And in the rest of the lineup, you had the dairy cows, which I said before, you were a dairy farmer previously, before you were a beef farmer.
Yeah. I've been in the dairy for a long time. Appreciate lovely dairy cows. They were outstanding as well. And the same with the beef cow, brilliant cow and calf, great pair. But, somebody has to win.
This is it. So how did it come about? How long have you known you were going to be the Supreme Judge?
I think Mark asked me 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I said, I've done it not too long ago. I didn't think that was really fair. Somebody else should have a go. But he said, no, he wanted me to do it. So,
And that's
I did it.
It means an awful lot.
It's an honour.
Absolutely.
It's an honour whoever asked you to do it. And, I've been lucky enough to do it twice. So that's doubly, fantastic.
There we go, a very relieved judge, Adi Corlett. What a fantastic job he did on the day.
Yes, he did, and it was delightful. He went about it in a lovely manner, didn't he? And went round, made sure that he hadn't missed anything. Give them all a little feel, because that's important, not just how they look, isn't it? So, he did a great job, and it was great under pressure off the packed ring as well, wasn't it? People watching.
It really was superb, and given that time to all of those winners, he's very able, Adi, and like he said, it was very difficult because it was the cream of the whole show standing right in front of him, and he's, like he said, it could have went any way. They were all magnificent animals.
Yeah, and shows the closeness of the results, but also the closeness of the family as well, because the president who you spoke to, Mark Quayle, had picked his brother Adi as the judge.
Well, President Mark Quayle, how has it been?
Oh, it's been brilliant. Had a wonderful day and lots of smiling faces leaving here today. They've all had a good time, I think, yeah.
It's been a busy weekend. It's been hot, but the crowds have come.
Yeah, I'm not sure on gate numbers, but it seemed really busy, probably both days, really, yeah. Happy with it.
And how has it been for the whole team? I know there was a few changes with the layout and everybody getting involved.
Yeah, we've made it a few little tweaks. New director for the Royal Manx this year, Andy Curran. He's changed a few things, moved entertainment and beer tents and a few aisles and bits and bobs, and yeah, it all seemed to have worked fine. Yeah.
There we go. Mark Quayle, the president of the Royal Manx Agricultural Show for 2022.
Well, Jurby has been the hive of activity over recent weeks, courtesy of the Jurby and Northern Community Initiative. Well, I spoke to two of the members, Angela Quaggan and also Yasmin Cowell, and they told me about something called Munch, brunch and lunch.
It's something relatively unique, this.
I think so. I think there's been quite there's similar programs, I think, running over the holidays, but I think we're probably unique in the way that we are opening the doors to anybody and everybody, and just come and muck in, help yourselves. We've got which way round did we do it? Munch, brunch.
No,
brunch, munch,
brunch, lunch.
Yeah,
Took a while to decide on that one.
Yeah, and even then we still can't quite get it right. But yeah, breakfast on a Monday, and then your packed lunch for fitting in with Isle of Play on a Wednesday afternoon, and then the pizza day today, which is proving to be, what would you say, chaotic or popular?
Organised chaos. Very popular.
But the great thing is with the Friday the pizza, you look around and you're not just making pizzas up and giving it to the kids, the young ones.
They're very much doing it all themselves. So it's an activity and a munch, brunch, lunch, whatever it is, all in one. And it's a hoot. They love it. Absolutely love it.
I think it's sort of been nice seeing how people, very much want to do their own thing and very much have an idea of, because it's a very divisive world, the world of pizza making, that is, to pineapple or not to pineapple. And you don't want to step on anyone's toes with those kinds of decisions. They're big decisions.
What made you do this one?
I think we're really, really fortunate in a lot of the activities that we do, that we get to hear people's stories and people's circumstances, and there's an awful lot of focus, I think, on people struggling and support for people with free school dinners. But I think it's one of those, people want to come to this for all sorts of different reasons, and it could be financial, it could be social, it could it could be there's a multitude of reasons that we're finding people are coming along. So I think it's literally, as with everything that we try to do here, have it led by what people are telling us and what information we're giving, and saying, right, okay, this is what's going on, how can we help?
Well, we've got a welcome guest today, Gary Lord. What's your involvement?
Well, I'm the leader of the Northern Wellbeing Partnership. I work for Manx Care, and part of our organisation is about pulling together statutory and third-party organisations and charities to all work together to help support the community. Angela, Yasmin and I know each other very well because, as I say, I work in Ramsey mostly, but spending quite a lot of time out here in Jurby as well, getting involved with what's happening here. I'm off today, but I brought my own kids along to kind of have the pizzas, so they're getting on with that now, and it's just, they're doing such an amazing job here. It's not just today. I've been down here a few times during the week, and it's always busy. It's such a great initiative that they are offering here in Jurby. Yeah, it's super.
The thing is, when you look back 40 or 50 years, this sort of thing was going on in the little church halls all the time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's sadly something that's lost, probably.
Yeah, it is. It does seem to be lost in lots of other areas, but Jurby just seem to have it nailed down. It just what they're doing here, what Jurby Northern Community Initiatives are doing here is absolutely wonderful.
Gary Lord there, being enthusiastic about the work that Gency are doing up in the north of the Isle of Man. And before that, members of Gency, the Jurby and Northern Community Initiative, Yasmin Cowell and Angela Quaggan. What a wonderful job they're doing up there with their lunches and all sorts of activity.
It is the place to be. Only around the corner from you two.
It certainly is. Well, that's all we've got time for on this week's programme, and indeed for this series of Countryside. If you've missed parts of it or want to hear the interviews in full, you can go to Manx Radio's website and you can download the podcast for free on there. And we'll be back in a few weeks' time with the next series. So until then, from me, Simon Clark.
And me, Kirree Kermode.
We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.